SRPT Sarepta Therapeutics, Incorporated Stock Analysis. General Overview and Trend. SRPT stock exhibits a volatile and predominantly bearish trend over the 3-month period, with a significant net decline of approximately minus 80.34% from an opening price of $60.59 on April 28th to a closing price of $11.93 on July 25th. The stock experiences a sharp rally in early May, peaking at $64.80 on May 5th, followed by a dramatic sell-off on May 6th, dropping 26.58% to $46.75, and another steep decline on July 18th, falling 36.04% to $14.075. July shows continued downward pressure, stabilizing at lower levels around $11 to $14, reflecting significant bearish sentiment likely driven by negative catalysts such as clinical trial setbacks or market dynamics. Price and volume dynamics. The stock's price ranges from a high of $64.80 May 5th to a low of $10.415 July 24th. Daily volume averages between 1.1 and 20.7 million shares, with extreme spikes on May 6th, 15.76 million shares, minus 26.58% to $46.75. May 7th, 20.75 million shares, minus 21.46% to $36.72. And July 18th, 78.44 million shares, minus 36.04% to $14.075. These high-volume days align with significant price drops, indicating panic selling or institutional exits. On July 25th, volume is 15.89 million shares with 7.31% decline to $11.93, suggesting continued selling pressure. Lower volume days, such as June 11th, 2.37 million shares, minus 3.20% to $37.81, reflect reduced activity during consolidation. Moving averages. On July 25th, the 5-day SMA is $13.013, and the 5-day EMA is $13.379, indicating short-term bearish momentum as the price, $11.93, is below both. The 10-day SMA, $15.693, and EMA, $14.897, are significantly above the price, reinforcing the downtrend. The 20-day SMA, $16.912, and EMA, $17.561, and the 50-day EMA, $19.041, show the price well below medium and longer-term trends, with no bullish crossovers. The consistent decline in moving averages since May, e.g., 20-day SMA from $45.283 on May 23rd to $16.912 on July 25th, confirms a bearish trajectory, with the price breaking below all key averages. Technical indicators. Momentum indicators. RSI 14 at 27.45 on July 25th. RSI indicates oversold conditions, down from 44.58 on July 17th, suggesting potential for a short-term bounce but sustained bearish pressure. Stochastic K 15 at 12.42, with stochastic D at 24.95. The indicator reflects weak momentum, far from overbought levels, e.g., 59.08 on July 17th. Williams percent R 14 at minus 87.83. It confirms oversold conditions, aligning with RSI. MFI 14 at 26.38. The money flow index indicates weak buying pressure, consistent with the downtrend. Trend indicators. MACD. On July 25th, MACD is minus 3.932, with a signal line of minus 4.073, yielding a positive histogram, 0.141, suggesting a potential slowdown in bearish momentum. However, the negative MACD confirms the downtrend, weaker than the peak bearish signal on June 25th, minus 7.019. ADX, 14 at 40.24. ADX indicates a strong downtrend, down from 48.69 on July 8, but still reflecting significant bearish strength. A ruin oscillator at minus 35.71, with a ruin down at 96 and a ruin up at 76. It signals continued bearish dominance, though recent highs are less frequent. Volatility indicators. ATR 14 at 2.356. Volatility is moderate, but lower than peaks like 3.806 on June 16th, reflecting stabilization at lower price levels. Bollinger Bands. The upper band is $17.335, middle at $16.912, and lower at $11.589. The close price, $11.93, is near the lower band, indicating oversold conditions and potential for a bounce. PSAR, at $20.394, well above the price, it reinforces bearish sentiment, suggesting resistance to upward moves. Linear regression. A linear regression model on open prices from April 28th to July 25th yields a slope of approximately minus 0.634, indicating a daily average price decrease of $0.634. The R-squared value of 0.82 suggests a strong linear downtrend. Projecting forward, the model estimates an open price of approximately $10.85 for July 28th, assuming the trend persists. Predicted opening price for July 28, 2025. Combining the linear regression estimate, $10.85, with technical indicators, the predicted opening price for July 28th is between $10.80 and $12. The oversold RSI, 27.45, and positive MACD histogram, 0.141, suggests a potential short-term bounce, but a price below all moving averages and strong ADX 40.24 indicate continued bearish pressure. Moderate volume on July 25th, 15.89 million, and proximity to the Bollinger lower band, $11.589, support a slightly higher open, potentially driven by bargain hunting or a minor relief rally. Support and resistance levels. Resistance. Key levels are $12.295, July 25th high, $13.203, Bollinger middle band, and $17.335, Bollinger upper band. The current price, $11.93, is 0.365 below the nearest resistance at $12.295. Support. Key levels are $11.12, July 25th low, $11.589, Bollinger lower band, and $10.415, July 24th low. The price is 0.81 above the near support at $11.12, offering a thin buffer against further declines. Estimated intraday high and low for July 28th, using the ATR 14 of 2.356, starting from predicted open of $11.40. The estimated intraday high is $13.756, $11.40 plus 2.356, and the low is $9.044, $11.40, 2.356. These align with resistance at $12.295 and support at $10.415, suggesting a potential trading range of $4.712. Possible scenario for July 28th. Bullish scenario. If buying momentum increases with volume above 20 million and RSI moving toward 30, the open could reach $12, testing resistance at $12.295 or $13.203. A break above $13.203 could target $17.335, supported by the positive MACD histogram and oversold conditions. Bearish scenario. Continued selling pressure, with volume above 30 million and stochastic K below 10, could push the open to $10.80, testing support at $11.12 or $10.415. A break below $10.415 could target $9.044, driven by persistent bearish sentiment. Neutral scenario. Most likely, given the oversold RSI, 27.45, and moderate volume on July 25th, the price opened around $11.40, trading sideways between $11.12 and $12.295, awaiting a catalyst such as earnings, clinical trial updates, or macroeconomic news. Additional insights. The extreme volume spikes on May 6, 15.76 million shares, minus 26.58%, and July 18th, 78.44 million shares, minus 36.04%, align with significant price drops, likely triggered by negative news such as clinical trial failures or regulatory setbacks common in biotech. The OBV declined to minus 228.23 million by July 25th, confirms heavy selling pressure.